Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present the Kinnelon High School Class of 2019!
What are you going to do for college? During my senior year of high school, that is the only question anyone would ask me. I love traveling and my goal in life is to travel the world. However, traveling is not a career. I decided to major in biology, the pre-med track, to become a pediatrician. I loved going to the pediatrician and I also love children. My pediatrician watched me grow up and had a great effect in my life. I wanted to do the same for others. However, once I started taking chemistry and biology classes at Ramapo, I started to question my career choice. I found biology and chemistry boring, and I did not find the material interesting. I did not have motivation to study, and instead of doing my biology homework, I was completing my mathematics homework instead because I enjoyed it more. I did not admit to my friends and family that I did not enjoy my major because I was scared to change my career path. For 2 years, I took biology classes, and the idea that I wasted time and money on a major I did not enjoy scared me. In reality, I was lost. Fall of 2021, I decided to change my major to mathematics on the teacher education track. Immediately, I enjoyed going to school, attending my classes, and I had motivation to study. In elementary school, middle school, and high school, I enjoyed taking math classes. I loved learning different operations and topics. I also enjoyed helping my classmates understand the material when they were struggling. I had a feeling of satisfaction whenever my classmates said, "Oh my God, that makes so much sense. Thank you." To prepare for my career as a future educator, I want to set goals for myself of how I will improve the teaching of mathematics in a classroom. To do this, I interviewed some of the closest people to me to get their past experiences in a math classroom.
One thing that I wish my math teachers did was definitely show me some more real-life examples that could be involved with math. I
wish my math teacher did that they did not do was say that we moved on to an assignment after the first assignment, and I hadn't completely mastered the first assignment and had a question on it. They would usually get upset that I didn't ask when we were on the original assignment.
One thing I wish one of my math teachers did was engage the students more. The majority of this teacher's lessons would be them doing one example problem on the board and then expecting the class to know how to do the rest of the problems. So I didn't feel very engaged with the material at all, and I didn't feel involved in the class or the learning process, so it was really difficult for me.
very creative. All her life she has been drawing and painting, and I think she would just have a really cool classroom, which isn't super important, but I think she'd really create an environment conducive to learning for her future students.
One quality that Alicia has that will aid her in being a teacher in the future would definitely be her ability to give you confidence. She's able to make you feel welcome and confident with yourself when you're doing something.
I think that Alicia will be a great teacher because she has excellent communication skills. She has the ability to get her point across in a way that's really easy to understand, and she's also good at finding alternate explanations if it's needed, and she's also extremely adaptable to any situation that's thrown her way, which will help her meet the needs of her future students.
One experience that made me dislike math, when I was in 10th grade we had geometry, and for some reason I just wasn't fully understanding theorems and proofs for when we were first learning it, and it was really frustrating to me that I couldn't learn it like that. So then that's when I started disliking math. But when I started algebra again, I started like
algebra 2 because the teachers assumed that I fully understood algebra 1, and algebra 2 was building on the topics from algebra 1, so I struggled greatly in that course.
One experience that made me dislike math was when I took Intro to Calculus junior year of high school. The teacher's teaching style did not line up with my learning style at all. so I struggled a lot in that class, and even when I asked for help, I still found it hard to understand the majority of the material just because the teacher's teaching style was so different.
As a future math teacher, I want to create a space where students are not afraid to ask questions. It is important to understand that students do not understand the material at the same time. Some students understand the material when they first see it, while others understand it after a couple lessons. Also, I want to be able to find multiple ways to explain a concept or operation. To do this, I want to present multiple problems and ask students if they see a trend. It allows them to evaluate the concept before formulating it into a proper theorem. Afterwards, I will provide enough examples so they are able to understand the material. Finally, I will create an interactive activity where students work together to solve problems about the concept or create a project. It will allow them to see the material in a different light and be able to remember it. Finally, I want to bring back the excitement of math. Growing up, I loved math, but others did not find it interesting because it was too difficult or did not see the need to learn it. I want to relate the topics in the classroom to real-life situations so students would be more motivated to learn the material if they can connect to it. I want to give them confidence to learn the material. It is important to remind them that I did major in mathematics, so I do understand the material. However, when I first learned it, it was confusing. I worked hard to understand, and it took time to master it. Most importantly, I want to help my future students in their journey through life. Many of my past teachers have left an imprint in my life and taught me life lessons. Because of my AP Gov teacher, Ms. Arroyo, I will never forget that the 19th Amendment allows women to vote. And if it wasn't for my French teacher, Madame Adams, telling me it is okay to change my path and I am not stuck with what I chose, I would be unhappy and not able to spread my love for math.